What is up, guys? I'm Mighty Alexander. Today I will be showing you how to perform an oil change on your 2009 Ford Escape. To complete the oil change, you will need your 5W20 synthetic oil, and your 2009 V6 Escape will take 6 quarts, which is 5.6 liters of oil. Then you're gonna need your oil filter. So for Fram, that is the filter code right here. So I would like to mention, if you intend on raising the front end of your car just like this, just remember to put some safety blocks on the back tires just like that, just so the vehicle does not roll backwards or forwards while you're under it. The very first thing you want to do when you're starting the oil change is you're just going to want to take off the cap where you fill up your oil, just so the oil drains a lot smoother and faster. Just going to leave it right here. When you get underneath the car, you're going to want to look more on the passenger side of the car. So that is the passenger wheel right here. And when you get right underneath, you're gonna notice the oil filter is right here. So it's really easy to find, easy enough to reach to. And you got the oil pan right here by the filter. So the filter is right here. And then you got the oil pan. And then by the passenger side of the oil pan, you will see the drain plug. The drain plug is right here. The front of the vehicle is right here, so it's on the passenger side of the oil pan. So you're gonna want 15mm socket, and you're just gonna unscrew it. Make sure you have a pan where you could drain your oil into. If you don't have a long enough wrench, or it's just not comfortable to unscrew the bolt, you could always find some sort of attachment for leverage. As you can see, I'm just using some PVC pipe I found. And once you get that bolt just slowly loose, you could just unscrew it normally from there. You just want to remember to make sure to not use this leverage to tighten the bolt back up, as you may risk of over tightening the drain plug bolt. So while the oil is still draining, you might as well go inspect the drain plug. Just make sure that the threads are still whole and that the rubber gasket is still intact, not rip or anything. Hard to pick up right now, the camera's not focusing, but it looks mint, not stripped. It's a full bolt. While the oil is draining, you could go and now take off your oil filter. So I adjusted my oil pan a little bit closer to the front of the car, because some oil will drain out when you take off this oil filter. So it's quite hard to get it loose at first, especially because it's a tight spot. But I'm gonna actually put on some gloves. Where's some gloves? So I got my glove, slowly just twisting the filter off. Oh, gotta adjust it. You could just let it leak just a little bit before you take it fully off. So just like that, you can see some oil is draining from the filter. So with your new oil filter, before you actually screw it on, you're gonna want to just rub some oil on this outer gasket right here. So I'm just gonna get some oil, and just like that. So now that I got the gasket covered in oil through the filter, you're just gonna thread it back on by hand. So again, the oil pan is right there, and then for the filter, so I am screwing this filter back on, and then once it starts getting tight, you're gonna wanna do half a turn to 3/4 of a turn. Do not over tighten your oil filter, because you do not need it that tight for it to actually be sealed. So like I said, just half a turn to 3/4 of a turn when it's already tight. So just like that, and that should be good. And I forgot to mention, when I put the screw back on for the drain pan, I didn't tighten it all the way. I just put it back on just so when I move my drain pan, my driveway's not getting leaked on. And then once I got the filter on fully and the filter has been dealt with, this is good to go. I just unscrewed the drain plug quickly and you'll get like 100, 200 milliliters of extra oil that you're gonna wanna drain out. And once that is drained out, you're then good to put on the bolt again, and then you could actually go fill up your oil. So now you are good to fill up your oil. Got your 5W20 synthetic. I use high mileage because my Ford Escape has over 200,000 kilometers on it. And this is 5 liters. I'm just gonna pour this whole thing in here and yeah, let's go for it. Since this is 5 liters, I will use another half liter of the same oil just to help top off, as your Ford Escape takes 5.6 liters. So I just poured in 5.5 liters of oil. I'm now going to start the car and let it run for a couple of minutes. I'm going to take it off the stands. Then I'm going to let it cool down for 5 minutes once I turn it off. Then I'm going to check the level just to be certified that it is good and good to drive. When you have the car turned on, you also want to make sure that nothing is leaking underneath your car, because if it is, that means you have not correctly put on your oil filter or something is wrong with your drain plug. So make sure nothing is leaking. So far it looks good. Nothing is leaking underneath the vehicle. So I am now going to take it off the stands, let it run for a couple of minutes, and then I'll check the oil one last time. So that is how to change your oil in your 2009 Ford Escape. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like on this video, subscribe to my channel for more content, and please leave a comment on any video suggestions / ideas that you would love to see, as I would love to consider them. That being said, I'm Mighty and I'm out.